Hey parents, it's Mr. Jim here. This back to school season, give your kids the tools they need to have fun while they learn with Osmo. Osmo's Reading Adventure Learn to Read game is an interactive tool for kids 5 to 7 that help them practice and develop reading fundamentals. Because it's never too early to fall in love with reading, visit playosmo.com to check out the Reading Adventure new reader kit today. That's playosmo.com. Osmo, learning well played. Hey parents, we all know that feeling of heading back to school, right? That exciting time for new pencils and fresh starts. But what about fresh lunch ideas? Boar's Head has been going back to school for over 115 years, so they know all about packing the perfect lunchbox with uncompromising quality and all-time family favorites like Ever Roast, oven roasted chicken breast, maple glazed, honey-coated ham, and American cheese. Boar's Head makes packing lunch easy and delicious. Look for Boar's Head at your local deli counter and learn more at boarshead.com/back-to-school. Boar's Head, compromise elsewhere. Hello, critter protectors. Mr. Jim here, and welcome to Kids Animal Stories, a place where there's always a mystery and adventure around every single corner. If you love critters of all shapes and sizes, I need you on our Critter Protector team. Join our adventure as we learn about critters from around the world and in our backyards. Well, my friends, are you ready for today's adventure? Me too, let's go!
Joey Clan is on the run.
Aiden the Anchovy hummed a little tune as he searched the ocean floor for some food. Anchovies are small fish with bluish silver scales. They're found throughout the ocean in temperate waters. Do you know what temperate means? Yeah, temperate means it's not too cold or not too hot. Some would say it's just perfect. They are food for many, many species, so Aiden's tune is very true for his whole school. As Aiden searched for fish eggs and larvae to eat, he kept a close eye on his surroundings.
One wrong move and I'm toast out here,
he said to himself. As Aiden grew up, he got very used to watching his surroundings, looking out on his back. On the surface, he had to look for pelicans and other birds who might want to snatch him up as they're flying overhead. And in the water, there were so many larger fish who could easily eat him with one and even all of his friends. On this particular day, his school of fish, the Oily Clan, were venturing on a journey to the Mediterranean Sea. They'd been traveling a while together and were getting very close. They hoped to find some other anchovies in this area of the deep blue to make friends. Oh, they're just way safer when there's a whole bunch of anchovies together. You know, it's better with friends. The larger the school, the better, they always said. Hey, Aiden, anything down there to eat? Called Aiden's friend Arlo.
Not too much here, Arlo.
Well, I guess we will have to wait till we get to the Mediterranean, Arlo called back. A minute later, the general, Sir Archibald Anchovy, made an announcement. Oily Clan! Formations, please! Sound of 1, 2, 3, repeat! The general called. All the anchovies sounded off.
Sound off! 1, 2, 3. Oily Clan, ready to leave, sir!
Aiden found his place in the middle of the school. Everyone had their spot, and he had gotten quite used to following formation as they swam from place to place. You see, anchovies, they swim in large groups called schools. This is one way they can protect themselves from all the predators they face every day. And do you know how big some schools can be? Yeah, some schools of anchovies can have as many as 1 billion fish in them. Holy smokes, that's a lot of anchovies. Get ready, called General Archibald.
Ready!
called the enormous school.
Here we go,
said Aiden to his friend Andrew next to him. Another day, another risky swim, said Andrew. With one final wave of his fin, General Archibald led the 10 million anchovies in Aiden's school towards the Mediterranean Sea. They swerved together from left to right, all around, weaving through obstacles like they were part of one huge robot working together. It was amazing. Aiden knew just how to maneuver his little body to line up exactly with Andrew's and the others right around him. As long as he followed his little group, he'd fit in just right with everyone else. Towards the front of the school, General Archibald led the commanders. These commanders were highly trained anchovies who worked for days, months, even years to lead the oily clan. One day, Aiden hoped he would be as good of a swimmer and leader. Maybe he could even be a commander himself. As the school approached a large cargo ship, they were motioned to the left side of it. And like every day, they came to their first obstacle, a pod of dolphins. Dolphins! Formation 1! called General Archibald. This meant the entire school was supposed to veer towards the closest structure to hide behind. In this case, it was the cargo ship.
Andrew, this is a huge pod.
Stay close, Aiden. It's okay, we got this, said Andrew. The school of anchovies hid by the base of the ship and kept moving so they blended in with the waves hitting the bottom of the boat. The pod of dolphins tried to swim up towards their school, but the cargo ship was too dangerous for them to approach, and they quickly moved on.
Went down. 100 to go,
said Aiden, and the school continued forward. Wow, can you imagine, like, if you were on your way to school, that you had to look out for predators like hungry dolphins? Yikes. As Aiden swam in formation, he tried to dream some more about what it would be like to be a leader. He loved the idea of having an important job, but then again, encountering the dolphin pod, he was kind of happy that all he had to do was blend in. He knew that being a commander was dangerous. Many anchovies didn't make it. Soon they came to a calmer stretch of the ocean, and Aiden could see some kind of small island ahead. He thought maybe they'd stop there for lunch, or at least a small break. As they approached, he soon realized it was not going to be an easy place to stop, or an easy place to get around. Ahead of them was a very large flock of pelicans. Oh no, an anchovy's worst nightmare. This must be a well-known place for them to take a break because the rocks were completely covered with their white, feathery bodies.
Andrew, watch out!
Aiden felt a huge plunge above him and looked up to see a large yellow beak reaching out. Aiden, to the right, called Andrew. Aiden swerved and barely dodged another beak. The pelicans were coming from all directions, and at this point it felt like every anchovy for themselves. Oh no, this is a terrible disaster. Are they going to be eaten? Will Aiden and Andrew be okay? Oh dear, will they make it safely with their school to the Mediterranean Sea? I'm not sure, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens on the next episode of Kids Animal Stories. Hey, great job. You listened all the way to the end. And right now I need to make sure that you have smashed the follow button. Yeah, that plus sign where it says follow, because we do a ton of critter adventures and you don't want to miss any of them. So by hitting that follow button, it makes sure that all those stories get saved for you. And parents, if we haven't met, my name's Mr. Jim. I live in South Carolina with my family, my wife and 3 kids, and we just love stories so much. We also love critters. That's kind of what we do. Every day, all day, we're always looking for some critters outside to learn about. These stories have been a really fun thing that we do when we, maybe drive in the car or getting ready for bed. And I know a lot of other listeners listen at those times as well. Well, friends, I hope you all have a super duper day, and I will see you on our next adventure. Bye!